And that's the transit project that's running through over the Rhine and downtown. It's going to take its first passengers on September 9th. And they're going to have a big opening ceremony at some point during the day. It'll be midday. And we know this project has just been, it's been one political battle after another. There has been a lot of drama from City Hall and in the media. There have been citizens who got together and put money on the project. And September 9th, that'll be great. I love the idea of a streetcar. I love the idea of it. I actually saw it for the first time in motion. I was traveling on the highway that's right in front of the Reds in the Bengal Stadium. And I was going from 71 to 75. So it was on my left. And I look over, I see the streetcar. I'm like, wow, we made it. Now all we need is a damn McDonald's. We got a streetcar downtown and no McDonald's. I can't get no golden arches downtown. None. It's absolutely ridiculous. We will never be a major city in America until we get a McDonald's downtown. It's a part of the equation. So September 9th, that is the day in which you will be able to get on a streetcar with your family. Will you ride the streetcar sort of like a novelty? As I sit here right here now, it's 8:05 a.m. Do you think the streetcar is going to work? Is it just a colossal waste of time? Don't you want the streetcar, if it's going to be up and running, to come to your neighborhood? How fly would that be? Now, that's a streetcar. Going to North Side, going to various parts of Clifton, going to Walnut Hills, going to Evanston, even Avondale. Going to Avondale, too. They get a chance to get it as much as anyone else. Speaking of Avondale, just want to remind you, of course, it was early in the week when Mayor John Cranley rolled out his proposals for the city budget, and that included about $30 million for neighborhood projects. And one of those neighborhoods that's going to get attention, of course, is the Avondale neighborhood, the Avondale Town Center in particular. And it looks like they're going to bring it back with a Save-A-Lot grocery store, is what I'm reading. Are you happy about that? Is there some kind of hierarchy in terms of grocery stores? We kind of touched this a little bit yesterday. Why not a Kroger, you might be asking? But Save-A-Lot, hey, you can get fresh produce there. And guess what? You can save a lot. Right? It's an excellent name for these days and times. I've shopped at Save-A-Lot. Yeah. No problem with it. Is there some kind of stigma against that? No, I don't give a damn. Got to do what you got to do. You have to do what you have to do. So they've got a Save-A-Lot that's going to help rejuvenate the Avondale Town Center. And as someone who traverses that Reading Road experience, because it's really an experience to go from, let's say you go from, let's say you go from William Howard Taft all the way past Swifton Commons. Okay, that's quite an experience. I mean, you see a lot. You see a lot in that little stretch of Reading Road, don't you? And Reading Road is like a primary artery in the body that is Cincinnati. We need for that pathway to be functioning, to be healthy, to be vibrant, right? We need that. And I can't remember. I have no recollection of it. Of Reading Road being hot and thriving and bubbling with excitement and prospect and happy faces. It's been some time. Not within my lifetime. Perhaps in your lifetime if you're from the city of Cincinnati. So I think those kind of investments, I think we'll all agree, are definitely necessary. Now, here's the issue. The challenge is, how do you do development without displacement? Is that just some BS? Because it's impossible. Somebody's going to be displaced. Somebody's going to be displaced. Development without displacement. That's something to think about. It really is. Think about that. More of your chat. Rhonda writes, Hamilton County told the DuBose family that their lawyer's time is worth more than their emotions and feelings. That's right. Great flow, Rhonda. That's essentially what they just told them. Let's be real here. Jericho agrees. Charles, good to see you, bro. He writes, the new running man is terrible. 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 The lawyers are getting $1.6 million, which is whack in and of itself. DuBose's children get $218,000 apiece, significantly less than the lawyers. And the way the justice system is slanted against folks with a high melanin count, Tenzing will get off. Oh, it sounds like a happy ending. Happy ending there, huh, Charles? That's another great flow. Can't deny it. Hey, listen, folks, here's something else. I want to get your permission for it. If you do not want me to do this, let me know. I came in with an idea on how to further promote the show and also to further promote, what we're doing in the chat. One is we got to name it. So let's do that tomorrow. I'm going to put a poll up. I might even put it up today. And if you listen to the show, just tell us. I've gone back. I've gotten a list of the top names that everybody said they agree with. And you let me know, how we want to name this. And that'll be that's significant for branding purposes moving forward, okay, which leads to my flow, which is I've come up with an idea. What I'd like to do is to take snapshots of your comments and to share them on my social media outlets, whether that be Twitter, whether that be Instagram, whether that be Facebook, okay? So I like to include it, with like your picture and your name. If you have a problem with that, just send me an email or send me a message on Facebook and say, hey, Nate, I love the show, but I don't want myself out there like that. I completely understand. Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I want people to understand what we have here. I want to grow it. And the best way is word of mouth. I mean, hey, I'm always going to talk good about what I do. But if I can show to other people that they're actually people, right, then we interact. We've got a relationship on a daily basis. Well, then they might want to come in. And I love diverse conversations. I do. I mean, I'm not going to get sensitive because somebody either challenges my opinion or maybe they provide me with a flow or evidence that changes my opinion. I have no problem with that. Okay? And something tells me that many of you are probably the same way. I'm just trying to grow. I'm just trying to grow and live. So if you have an issue with that, just let me know. If not, I'm going to assume we're cool with it. And I've done that a little bit already and typically reached out to people to get their permission. But, I'm just a fair individual. So just let me know. Just let me know. Brittany writes, I'm with you, Nate, on that water bill. It's ridiculously high. Maybe we need to let our yellow mellow and only flush the brown down, LOL. Yeah, maybe so. That's where we're headed. Yeah, at some point, we're going to be doing exactly what she just said. Absolutely. Because water insecurity. Look that up. I'm telling you, we have to take care of this planet. If not, the planet's going to take care of us. The planet's going to treat us like a virus, invading its body. And what does your body do to viruses? That's right. It creates what? Right. It creates what? Antibodies and other things that go to fight these invaders of its body. I believe that's what's happening with the Earth. And guess what? We're the virus. We're the virus. Ed writes, at the end of the day, the DuBose family got small change, and they didn't even have an Al Sharpton tongue on their team. Hell, they probably would have got less than that. Yeah, Al Sharpton, he never came to the city to save the DuBose family. I'm sure there were many people that reached out to him, but he seems to be more big city centric to me. Big city centric, and when there's a story that really takes off and it becomes like the kind of thing that people are talking about on a regular basis and it's got some real legs to it, then he'll respond or he'll reach out in a very public way. The DuBose story, it went national. Hell, it went international, but it wasn't one of those stories where it became a rallying cry. Okay? It wasn't like the guy from New York, like Mr. Gardner. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like the Mr. Brown, the young man that was killed in Ferguson. It wasn't like those stories. Okay, America never embraced it, the Sam DuBose story, the way they did these others. And I got a few thoughts about that, but you tell me what you think. Brent writes, wow, they should have received millions for this civil suit. They did. It was like $4 million. But the lawyers took a third, more than a third off top. A third. Whew, would you like to make $4 million so you can take home $2 million? Mr. Hollywood writes, all jokes aside, that DuBose case is sad about what the mother and the father got. I agree. That's what Hamilton County believes that the love, the emotion, caring for, rearing a child is worth to the DeBose family. The mother and the father collectively got $115,000. There it is. And Charles is right. The new Running Man is horrible. Speaking of Running Man, I think I need the CPD to be running these heroin addicts and these heroin drugs off my drug pushers off my block. That's what I need. I'm just saying. I don't think I need them to have a Running Man dance-off. Like on the day of the dance-off, that's a prime time for criminals in these cities to maybe hit the streets. But, what's your honest assessment of this new challenge? From what I understand, the Cincinnati police are going to take the challenge, and I get it. Is this just like harmless fun, a way to show the police in a different light? Loosen up, Nate. Don't be too cynical. Or is this more like, this is a complete waste of damn time? Which is it? Which is it in your opinion? So I posted this back on May 24th, 2 days ago. And I've gotten over 50 responses. And let me read something for you, okay? Vic writes, I know this is humorous to some, ... and it's cool, ... However, we have bigger fish to fry. She got 2 likes for that. Nia writes, I thought it was cute. They can take a few minutes to have some fun. Stressed out cops shoot first. So dance. Happy face. She got 21 likes for this. A lot of people agree with Nia. Dante Lamont writes, in my opinion, they just having fun. It translates to better interaction with the community. In no way am I defending police, but they human too. He's got 15 likes for that. Elaine writes, people go off on their job all the time. I say accept the challenge. And a lot of emojis that I can't explain. And she's got 13 likes for that. Kashana writes, I appreciate them showing their human side or their humane side. It's needed. She's got 15 likes for that. Dee Dee writes, right. We always claim they are not connecting with the communities and the youth, etc. ... Now here's a way to make them more visible, less distant, and maybe even more approachable, and people are questioning it. I don't mind my tax dollars going toward this little 5 minute of fun. Well, it's going to take more than 5 minutes. That's number one. But I appreciate what you're saying, Dee Dee. She got 1 like for that. Brandon chimes in, cops are people too, yo. I don't see anything harmful or problematic here. He's got 12 likes. I posted, really? Only got 1 like for it. I'm getting less likes on my post than other people are. The hell? Brandon writes further, on the whole violence thing, shootings and gun crimes are down 20% from last year. Local media ain't really with the whole share encouraging stats as well thing. Maybe. Scott writes, just a little cynical, Nathan. If cops have fun, aren't so high-strung, then they can lead to less tense police encounters. It's just like in any job. When people are tense all the time, you don't get the same level of productivity out of them. He's got 9 likes. Okay, that's a good way of putting it. I like the way you put that, Scott. You selling me on this. I can dig where you're coming from. Vic writes, not trying to be funny, but dancing is not going to prevent a cop who's already racist from killing you or your son or your daddy. Big unnecessary distraction from what's really going on. ... It's like they play on our intelligence, kill our children, then post a dancing video on social media showing they are really nice and human and love to dance. # not. Wake up, black people. That was Vic. Vic went in. And Vic, and that is a female, Vic Lynn. She has 4 likes for that. It's a good flow right there. I can understand her point of view. Then Scott, you should check it out on Facebook. This is my personal page. Check it out for yourself. I love the internet. Don Lee writes, Police officers aren't responsible for solving the heroin or violence problems in our communities. Remember, drug addiction is a disease. Violence has been used to solve